Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to the Tubi movie review, where we check and see what
Hey.
Tubi's doing for the culture. Okay, and today we have a great movie on
Hey.
our hands. Sean, why don't you let us know because this was your pick?
So for our first Tubi movie, we decided to do a movie called Cinnamon. Just that. Not anything, just Cinnamon. The movie was the movie came out this year. It was directed by Brian Keith Montgomery.
Hey,
It was
hey.
written by Brian Keith Montgomery
That's
Jr.
right.
Um
It's all him.
Yes, it was all him. It stars Pam Grier, Damon Wayans,
Shout out to Pam.
Jukebox from Power. I don't know what her
Yes.
real name is.
I like how black people always don't
Hailey
never want to give somebody's
Kilgore.
name right, but Jukebox on
Yeah, I
Power,
don't
nigga,
be knowing
You know,
nobody's
you know,
name.
the
Y'all
nickname
know
always
they know who I'm
suffices.
talking about though. They know who I'm talking
Yes.
about.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure though.
The movie starts off with a little love
Wait, by the
story
way, y'all, there are
between.
some spoilers here. Okay, there will be some
Oh yeah,
spoilers.
yeah.
We just need to put that
There's
out
all
there.
the whole thing is full of spoilers.
Her
So
name is Hailey Kilgore. Just putting that out there.
yeah, I
One
looked
plays
it up.
jukebox. Yeah.
Hailey Kilgore,
Mhm.
aka Jukebox, but she was
Mhm.
one of the main characters in the movie. So it starts off with her. Her name is Jody, aka Cinnamon, and her co-star Eddie. They're in this little romantic relationship that comes when they meet on the bus. It was kind of cute. Eddie is a scammer. That's what he told us he does. He pickpockets people when he's walking
He
around
told
the
her day
streets.
one, like flat
I mean,
out,
he did say he was a
this is
crook,
Flat
me.
and
out,
I
like this is
accept it.
what I do. He said I'm a crook. Like, damn, that was the
That would
first time I heard somebody say some shit like that.
that would have been all I needed to hear to be like, well, it was great, reconnecting old
See,
classmate, but I gotta
y'all so
go.
judgmental. What you should have said was, "What type of crook?" That was,
What
Uh-uh.
type of crook?
you
Because
know.
you
All
were
right,
about
but
to
let me
have
get
me
back into
involved in illegal
this.
activities.
So Jody is an aspiring actress and a singer who works at a gas station. Very
Mhm.
important for the story. So these two young lovebirds, broke lovebirds, decide that they are going to
What
rob
the story?
her gas station, the gas station that Cinnamon works at.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan goes through, but there's a little hiccup in the plan because some guy in the store who we don't know yet decides
Mm-hmm.
to be super save-a-ho and tries to get in the middle of the robbery.
Mm-hmm.
Gets his ass shot.
Right in the
Just
head.
shot. Right, like a clean headshot. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that shit was crazy.
You act like it was from a great distance. That was a
Leslie.
pretty close-up shot. It was.
I mean,
But still, you still got to
but
be
it was
able to have good
good. And he
aim
had to
for
do it
that.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It could have
anyway, Eddie
ricocheted
shoots
or
this
whatever.
man, and we go into part two. This is where we're introduced to Damon Wayans and his little what you call
Finger
them
Finger
finger
wave, little
waves.
finger
waves.
wave we got going
I could,
on.
I
He
could not
came out
take
with
it.
this accent, and I'm trying to figure out what is it Southern accent? Was he
Child, it
supposed to
was
be like a
terrible.
pimp
It was,
accent?
it was,
I
it was a
don't
Southern
really.
accent. It was just bad. It was just bad. That's all.
Yeah. So we find out he's a little snake too,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll get into that. We find out that he's working with some people that seem like they might be bad, and he's at the scene of the crime at the gas station where he sees the dead guy on the ground. Come to find out, that's his business partner's brother. So
Mm-hmm.
now they are pissed. You done killed their brother and robbed their store. So now they go into detective mode, turn into SVU, episode of SVU. They go back, they look at the tapes, they testing blood. Well, they didn't do that, but they was just looking.
Just about.
They was doing a lot. They were
Mm-hmm.
doing a lot to try to figure out who the hell did it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they figured that shit the hell out.
Real quick. Like all the
And
pieces just fell together real
it
And
just
nicely.
fell
she didn't
together
do them any.
The
really
phone
fucking
She did them
call
quickly.
about
all
the
the favors.
car.
She did them all the fucking favors.
Oh,
Yeah, the foot
That
tapping
was
was
all you
pretty
needed. I was
obvious
like,
on
the
bitch,
foot
why'd
camera.
you come
tap
to
was
work?
so obvious.
But then in the midst of all that, getting that phone call from the guy that
Let me finish
he
the
tried to
plot. Let me
buy the
finish the
car.
plot first. Let me finish the plot. Let me finish the plot.
Okay.
Okay. So they find out it's Cinnamon and Eddie that do the crime. Sorry
Mm-hmm.
about that. Then now tell me how y'all felt about this fucking scene when she was trying to escape and she was running away and old boy pulled out the damn rope and
Oh my gosh.
that's when it got real Tubi. So in the whole beginning of the
No,
movie, I'm
no.
like, I forgot that this was kind of a Tubi movie. I'm like, yo, this is kind of good quality.
It
It
was
got to
Tubi
that point,
before
and
when
I was
Damon
like, oh hell no.
when Damon grabbed them paper towels and just started running with the whole roll of paper towels, that's when it was Tubi.
That actually felt like the most real thing in that scenario because only this fool. No, because only
why did he rip it
because
off?
only this fool would run out of the thing with the shit running around him like a trail right to your dumb ass. Like that felt.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
that
so
was
stupid.
okay. That rope shit was excessive.
That was
rope shit was
prime Tubi.
insane. That was prime Tubi, y'all.
Yeah,
They what do you call that? Wrangled her in?
the lasso,
They
right?
lassoed her.
Mm-hmm.
They lassoed her in. See, I'm not even country. I don't know none of that shit. What that shit was called?
It was very on brand with the whole them being
Right,
cowboys.
right.
Them
That
being
wasn't. That's what I'm saying. That was
cowboys.
just
Yeah,
like,
they were
oh,
crooked
okay.
cowboys.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see
That was
man
funny.
horse
So
in the
back into
whole
the movie. They both get caught.
Right.
Not one. But we
one.
saw a hella cowboy hats.
Mhm.
So they find Eddie, shoot his ass, start torturing old Cinnamon. Poor girl had to go outside and pick her own switch.
Like it was her grandma. I said, "Oh, I'm triggered."
Tell that bitch to go outside.
Oh my god! And she whooped the mess out of her. I said,
She was
"No."
whooping her.
The trauma.
Right.
The trauma.
Oh, you know what I forgot to say? The brother that got killed, he was actually coming in the store to pick up a drop.
That's a very important thing. I was gonna let you get there. I was like,
it's a very important part of the story. Oh my gosh. So he's crooked too. Everybody in this is crooked. We find out that Damon Wayans is cheating with the gas and ripping people off. We find out that the brother was doing a drop before he got killed. So when they ended up robbing them for the money, they ended up getting the money and the drugs. So now that's why these people are really fucking upset and they're after them. So they start whooping Cinnamon and trying to get her to tell them where the drugs at. She don't know where the hell the drugs are, or at least that's what she said. I don't know if she really knew or not.
Couldn't know.
But it didn't seem like she had no fucking idea where drugs was at because they was only after the money. Right. So she gets whooped with a switch and all of that.
Terrible.
Just to come find out Eddie is not dead. He rise from the dead from the middle of a junkyard. Robs a pizza or hitchhikes, kind of, jumps in the back of a pizza car, makes it to the pizza shop, robs them of their car so that he can go back to a place. How the hell did he know where she... None of that made sense.
That's where it was.
None of that made sense. He just knew where she was held captive. He done got shot. He walking around with saran wrap on him.
Mind you, got shot dead in his chest. He should not be alive.
And went through a window.
Yeah. And
so
landed
it became
in a dumpster.
Really Tubi. Like, and mind you, he 125 pounds soaking wet.
Right.
So you know that his ass would have been down for the count. But he ends up coming to find Cinnamon where she is. But before he could even break into the room, the brother lets us know that Pam Grier's boyfriend, Pam Grier is the mom in this situation.
With her.
Yeah.
Turn the
Pam
eye
Grier
up.
is the mom with the weird eyes. So I don't know why they made her have weird eyes and she's deaf. I don't know what that had to do with anything.
I was wondering that too.
They gave her eyes like she was blind, but
but she was hard of hearing.
But she
I don't
was
know.
deaf. So that ain't make no damn sense. But
Tubi.
Come to find out, old boy was fucking with the white girl, Damon Wayans' girl. So now they done kill his ass at the same time the brother gets shot. And then Eddie comes flying through the door like he about to do something. Just for them to fight for about... Oh, no, he shoots Pam Grier. Right in the head. She died quick. Dead in the head.
With them headshots.
So he good with them headshots, right? For him to be somebody that was timid about picking up the gun in the beginning of the movie, he all of a sudden was good with headshots.
I mean, if you're gonna kill him dead.
Just headshots for everybody.
Kill him
dead.
I guess.
Then what happens in this damn movie? Everybody starts to get shot. Then the main character, whose brother died, him and Eddie start fighting to the death. Although Eddie had a knife in his leg the whole time, taped to the side of his leg for protection, he didn't pull that out until 10 minutes into the fight. They was wrestling and tussling for a minute, and he finally pulls out this knife, stabs him.
Right.
And through the face.
The neck.
Stabbed
It was
this
in the
man
neck. You got it.
through
to
the
the other,
face. And now
through the cheek.
he's
Yeah.
still up and running. He figures out where Cinnamon is in this house, this whole house. He walks directly to the room where she's held captive, and she's laying on the ground like she didn't hear any of that ruckus. Like, how I don't understand it. I don't understand.
She was in the
it.
basement.
She was
She
laid
was in the
out on that
basement.
floor like she didn't know what was going on.
Imagination.
You would have heard all that. It was
But
gunshots.
how was she getting out the basement? They clearly locked the bitch in there.
And I don't know, but I would at least been hiding behind something in there just in case somebody came in that room to try to get me. But I wouldn't have just been laying on the floor like a rag doll.
I mean, her man was already dead. She had nothing to live for. They said they killed your little boyfriend.
She did know.
Oh,
they said
that's right,
we killed your little boyfriend.
That's
So
right.
She was pregnant.
he was a goner.
There was a lot
He was a
going on
goner
there.
as far as she knew.
Yeah, they threw a lot in there.
Yeah. So then they ride off in the horizon. She's about to take Eddie to the hospital. He starts to die in the back. Finally starts to die.
Dang.
He should have died a long time ago, but he finally starts to die in the back seat of the car while her song comes on the radio. This song that they spent maybe 5 minutes working on that we barely heard about. Like we saw her in the studio one time, and the next thing you know, her song is on the radio.
It was a montage.
It's like a montage.
We don't know how long it took. We don't exactly.
Yeah. But he asked her to sing it to him like he did when they first met, and she's singing to him as he's dying in the back.
That was a little cute scene. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn, my man. I mean, I knew he was gonna die at the end of this movie, but it was a cute little ending to it.
I thought everybody was gonna die, including her. I'm surprised she made it out because it was looking real bleak. It was looking really bleak for her.
It wasn't looking like anybody was gonna make it. Now that I done gave the whole synopsis of this movie, how did y'all feel about it? What were your initial thoughts?
Go ahead, Leslie. You seem to have a lot to say. Go right ahead.
I mean, probably not as much as y'all think. You know me. It was a time where I was losing interest. I was like, it got to pick up. Something got to happen. Otherwise, I don't know. But when it did get to the middle toward the end, I was like, okay, now there's some action. Now it's happening for me. Again, I think it was definitely one of the better Tubi movies as far as like the actual plot. And, you can see a budget went into it, especially with like some of the actors that they had, like, so it's definitely one of the better Tubi movies. It's just that whole thing. Like, as soon as he said he a crook, I'd have been like, I gotta go. Like, that's where the movie would have stopped for me. Like, we wouldn't have gotten this far. So it was cool overall.
She worked at a gas station. So if somebody gonna come in and start giving her some money from his crooked ways.
Hey y'all. It's your boy Tris.
It's your girl Les.
And I'm Shauna Don.
And we are
Culture 101, formerly known as the Millennial Masterclass.
We're the same old millennials.
And now we're pushing the culture forward.
Let me tell you about this fucking movie. All right. See, I'm actually here for the movie. Shout out to Bryian Keith Henry. What's his last name?
Montgomery.
Of course it is. Bryian Keith Montgomery Jr. We love it. Writer, directed, executive produced it.
Good civil rights.
Right. Yes, it is.
He got a very civil rights name.
Like he was on the front lines in Selma, but that's okay. But
like he was there on August 5th.
He might have been. What a chick and everything.
Shout out to our Black people. We love y'all.
No, but the movie had a lot of good moments. The visual style is definitely unique. The storyline is kind of a la True Romance. A couple movies that are similar to that same plot line. But you definitely have some moments that he definitely has come out as a director, like especially like in the description, like where they're describing people, like what do you look like? And that little description, that little device right there. I'm like, okay, so if I saw that somewhere else, I would know that was Bryian Keith Montgomery Jr. I would know who that was. So like there are some definite good moments. Yeah, it got a little cheesy. I understand the budget's only so big. We can only do so much. But I felt riveted. The shit was cute at the beginning. Siska sang. My lady knows homegirl from Broadway. She had seen her on Broadway. So
Oh wow,
Oh.
so yeah, so
that's dope.
yeah, so like and Damon, I don't get to see Damon Wayans too often in movies anymore. It was crazy. One time
Yeah.
he's like the biggest box office star. Now like you never get to, but that's how life goes. That's just whatever. But that figure wave was fucking hilarious, and so
Oh
I'm
my
happy
gosh,
that
it was
was
a
there.
mess.
I appreciated that. That was nice. But
I could have done with that.
yeah, I mean the violence was good. I believed everybody's role. There really wasn't anybody in the movie that I thought that was like you don't belong in the movie. The pizza delivery lady, she was interesting. That was an interesting.
She was doing a
She's
lot.
just doing a
She
lot.
was,
She's just doing a
and
lot.
that was probably the thing that felt most out of place to me. Like it was like
Like cringy.
it was like
Yeah,
it was like
I just wanted her to shut up.
you know what I mean? It's like
secondhand embarrassment.
it's like you saw like an obsidian rock, like in a field of limestone. Like it just didn't fit. Like I understand this is in here, but like it's sticking out. It's sticking out.
Would you consider this a black exploitation film? Because I was seeing that on the internet.
Blaxploitation? I wouldn't call this a blaxploitation film necessarily. I understand why they may do that because you see a couple of those motifs. I mean, anytime you see Pam Grier's face, she's low-key like the female face of blaxploitation. And then the fact that they have cowboy hats on, so that's kind of like an exaggeration of, a kind of a subculture. So I understand why they get to that, but I wouldn't have necessarily put that film in there. I would see this as something that could be kind of a cult classic or just a crime movie. Yeah, I'd like to see more from Bryian Keith Montgomery Jr.
Yeah, we gotta see if he got anything else on Tubi.
So y'all feeling his work. Y'all appreciate his work.
I am, because he let his visual style be unique, just as Orson Welles once said. He did, and I fuck with that. Now there are some things in the movie I wish they hadn't fucked with, but that's okay too. That's okay. They did what they could. And I'm overall satisfied with the product. Yes.
Okay,
so I came in with very, very low expectations, and it met and far exceeded my very, very low expectations. So that was great.
Well, see, I feel like I came in
Tubi movies like that. They be sometimes
it be hit or miss. I feel like I came in with higher expectations for this one in particular because I heard such great things about it. Because it's been out for like a couple months now, and I remember when it first dropped, like everybody was like, "Oh no, this is a really great movie." Like for Tubi, it's like really, really good. And so I kind of had like higher expectations. So when you say do it for the culture, when I think of like Tubi movies doing it for the culture, we love Tubi because it'd be like the hood joint classics, the movies that ain't gonna get played nowhere else. I feel like this was a step above that. So yes, it does it for the culture. Does it do it for like the Tubi culture? I feel like it's too good for the Tubi culture. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Tubi has regular ass movies on there, y'all. It's not like they have all. Like Spider-Man was just on that motherfucker, just not even a week ago.
Do. But we love and know Tubi because of them like hood joints. They like the DVD man used to come back in the.
That is not the reason I love Tubi. That is not the reason I fuck with Tubi.
That is exactly what it gives. That's exactly what it gives.
That's why we love Tubi, not you, because you're actually into like film and writing and directing. But for us who are just like consumers, that's why we watch Tubi for like hood joints.
All right then. So what?
Where else you gonna see Don from Black E Crew acting? Tubi.
Like Tubi.
Where else you gonna see Claudia Jordan acting?
They got it made.
Erica Mena from Love and Hip Hop. Tubi. Like that's what we come for.
Leslie so damn
She really
shady.
is. She really is.
With that being said,
I'm gonna give Erica her props. So Erica been doing it. So anyway,
she has, especially when she been
them stepmothers
taking over Tubi.
Would we recommend this to anybody else?
Yeah, it was a good movie overall. I would.
Yeah,
I think people will enjoy
I agree with that as well. Like I felt like this is one of them things I polish off. I'm like, let me show you this. Let me show you this.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right then. So
what overall rating would you guys give this movie?
Oh, y'all go first.
That's fine. I'll go first. I'm gonna give this 4 fists. I'm gonna give it 4 fists. I am, and I'm gonna tell you why I give it 4 fists. I'm giving it 4 fists because my expectations were so low and it went so far above them. So that's already a good sign. The cinematography was decent.
Okay.
I liked the soundtrack. The scoring for the movie was very good. The music was very appropriate for every scene. It really drove the action and my emotion when I was watching it. Anytime Pam Grier is on the screen, you're always going to get an extra point from me. And then,
yeah, they had a good budget on actors.
Right, exactly.
Damon and
the
Pam,
dialogue was pretty fun too. So and I had fun watching the movie. Like I was actively I was cooking dinner and realized, you know what? Let me tune in more.
Mhm.
Like that, it really brought my attention. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna give it 4/5. I'm gonna give it 4/5.
Yeah, I'm gonna also
Okay.
give it 4 for all of
Okay.
those reasons. I thought it was really good.
Okay.
God damn,
Probably the first
the
Tubi movie I
Russian
said
judge.
I'd
Here
watch
we
again.
go. What you gonna give? God
I'm gonna give it
damn,
3. It was
3 is
cool. It was
acceptable, I
cool.
suppose. Why you can't even get to a
Okay,
half?
it was better than the 2. I thought you were
Yeah, I
gonna
did
give it 2.
too. I did
I'll
too.
give it. I initially was gonna give it a half. I was gonna give it 3.5, but then I put up. So for okay, for the actors that were in it, for the plot, the story, I'll give it 3.5. It does deserve that because, like I said, it is one of the better production wise, writing wise, plot wise. It is one of the better Tubi movies that actually, took us on a ride. So I'll give it 3.5. So there you
Yeah.
go.
Well, all
Three
right,
and a half.
guys. This does conclude the Tubi movie review. Come back here next week where we'll review another movie. We can't tell you what it is yet because honestly, we probably don't know just yet. But we're gonna know very, very soon. Oh shit, we do
Oh,
know.
we know.
Well, we
I
do
know.
know, and we'll be back.
It's gonna take you on a
And
ride.
we'll
It's a
be
doozy
back
for real.
real soon, guys.
Oh, make sure y'all drop
Oh, please do.
suggestions
Definitely
in the
drop
comments
suggestions.
of
Yeah.
what we
And then
should
in
be
the meantime,
watching.
while y'all are waiting for this, go and click over on Culture 101 Podcast and go check us out, where you can check us out
There you
every
go.
week where the show drops on Fridays. And we're across wherever you get your podcasts, all platforms. So keep a lookout for that, guys.
If you miss
Talk
us, it's
about
because you
it.
ain't looking for us.
Say it one more
Because
time.
we everywhere.
Ooh.
If you miss us, it's because you ain't looking for us.
That's right.
Okay, looking.
You Stevie Wonder to it. And why would, shout out to Stevie. Why would you want to do that? Like, just saying.
We're
Y'all make it awkward.
We're gonna say what's up to Mr. Morris. Shout out to you, brother. We love you much here. And until the next time, y'all, we out. We out.
Bye.
She was taking me out with that little one lens.